Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm pretty sure by now most of you, probably 95% of you, already know that the Premier League fixtures were announced this past Thursday. I just didn't want to do the video on that particular day because every other channel, every other news channel, every other published post, blog, everyone was talking about the fixtures, and it's normally just general stuff like, Arsenal is going to play Burnley, Chelsea is going to play Liverpool on this day, obvious stuff where on this channel, everything Arsenal. I just try to make things a bit different, so I had to take a few days to think about how I'm going to do that video, because to be honest, I'm always very, very realistic. There are 1,000 or 1,000,000 Arsenal channels out there, and you can click on any of those channels to find out which fixtures you're going to play without coming to the Glenn Kitely Everything Arsenal channel. So I usually try to do it differently, and I'm not sure, I'm hoping that most of you have noticed that, and that's why you've subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you guys, by the way. My channel has been doing well recently. I've a couple of videos that have done very well. I really appreciate you guys. So yeah, that's my point. I try and do it differently, so that's why I didn't do it on Thursday. I'm doing it 3 days later. I'm doing it on the day for probably when I release this, it's going to be my birthday. So yeah, without caring, I still give you guys content. So yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the fixtures, obviously, but I'm going to break it down in terms of talking about how many points we picked up against those teams last season, and how we could beat these teams next season, what I'm expecting from the team next season in these fixtures, and I'm trying to do all that in around 10 to 12 minutes. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So here we go, guys. Arteta's first full season is finally here. We know how big of a season this is going to be. Last season it was a disaster. We didn't reach any target, but probably just winning the FA Cup, but in the league it was a disaster in the league. And just some breaking news before I get into the topic of the day. Freddie Ljungberg has announced his departure from Arsenal, so he won't be here next season. Raul also left, so now it's down to Arteta and his new guys to lead Arsenal. So it's going to be a very, very big season for him. A lot of work. It's a big task, but he has to do it for us. And he's been given two first good opening games. The first two games are very, very good for him. Probably one of the best in the Premier League in terms of opening day fixtures and stuff. So we know we need to change a lot from last season. Last season he managed to pick up 56 points, 14 wins, 14 draws, and 10 losses. That is something that definitely needs to change next season. And from the next 10 games after the first two opening games, we only managed to pick up another 2 victories. We lost to Liverpool, we drew Tottenham, we lost to Leicester, we lost to Sheffield United. We only managed to beat Aston Villa, and that was a 3-2. We scraped that. And we managed a 1-0 against Bournemouth, and we also scraped that. So it wasn't a good beginning to the season. We had our first away win against Newcastle in the first game, and then we had to wait months for our next away win. So this season a lot has to change. Just a question for you guys before I get into the fixtures. Do you guys prefer starting the first 5 fixtures with like 3 top 6 teams, or do you prefer having, I don't want to call them the small or the bottom table teams in the first 5 fixtures, so you can try and get 5 wins out of 5 or do you prefer clearing out all the big teams and having the smaller teams in the middle of the season? Let me know in the comment section. And also, do you prefer having an away fixture or a home fixture in the first day of the season? Let me know in the comment section. Now, for the fixtures, our first fixture is going to be Fulham away. Now, for this game, the last time we played Fulham, we beat them. We beat them home and away. That was the season before last. It was a very convincing win away from home at Craven Cottage. We beat them 5-1. People chanted Emery's going to guide Arsenal far. Arsenal is back. And that is one thing I'm going to say also. Last season, the newly promoted teams, we struggled against them. We didn't beat Sheffield United. We drew with Norwich away from home. Which other team was promoted? Aston Villa, they beat us at our place. We struggle against them at home. So that is one thing we really need to change this season. We need to beat the teams that have been promoted. Although they're not easy, we need to still try and get some points, because that is why we drop a lot of points. And we cannot have ourselves losing the opening game again. From the last 10 seasons, I can remember us losing to Aston Villa in the opening day, losing to West Ham in the opening day, losing to, I think we had Liverpool somewhere, lost to Liverpool at home. So we never start the season well. Even Emirates' first season, we lost to City. So it's never a good beginning to the season. Apart from last season where we managed to beat Newcastle and Burnley in the first 2 games and got 6 points out of 6. I really hope that can happen again. So Fulham is the first game. And from that, I am going to expect 3 points. So 3 points for us in that game. I'm going to be as realistic as possible. I'm not going to say we are going to pick up 3 points in all the games. I'm going to be as realistic as possible. 3 points in that Fulham game is what you can accept in that game, nothing less. The next one will be West Ham in game week 2 on 19th of September. Last season, we picked up 6 points against them, beat them both home and away. This is another fixture. Also, in Emirates season, I think this was Emirates' first win in the Premier League. We managed to beat them, I think it was 1-0 or 2-1, something like that. This is another fixture. The first home game of the season, hoping we have new players and stuff, hoping to announce themselves. Nothing less than 3 points accepted in that game. So I'll go for 3 points in that too. Now, the next one, Liverpool away. I don't know why this fixture always comes in the first 5 games. I remember there's a season where Van Persie scored a volley at Anfield. I think it was 2010. That was the first game of the season. The game I just talked about early on where they beat us 4-3, where Mane's debut. That was the opening game of the season. Last season, we played them in the 3rd game of the season. The previous season, it was the 5th game. There's another season where it was the 3rd game again where they beat us, I think, 5-1, where Salah ran riot. So we always tend to meet these guys. Even another game too, just to add, Podolski, Cazorla's, Giroud's first season, we played Liverpool very early on and beat them 2-0. I think it was the 3rd game of that season. So the last 7 seasons, the last 10 seasons, at least 7 of them, we've played Liverpool in the first 5 games. And for the last 4-5 seasons, it's never been good, because they always get the better of us. And if you've picked up 6 points, it becomes our first loss of the season. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say about this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. But I'd try and get 1 point. If you got 1 point from this game, I'd be very happy. I'm not going to go for 3, I'm going to go for 1. So I'll be very happy with 1 point. Then we go to October. For the first month, I think that is a good fixture list, Fulham and West Ham. But Liverpool, it's a hard one. So let's go to October. Sheffield United, Manchester City away, Leicester at home, Manchester United away. Now, this is a tough October. Sheffield United at home, as I've said, we didn't beat them in any game last season. We drew 1 and lost 1. Man City away, we lost both games to them in the Premier League last season. Leicester, we only managed to pick up 1 point against them last season. United, though, we managed to get a point at Old Trafford and beat them at home. So for these 4 fixtures, I'm going to say we need 3 points against Sheffield United. Absolutely 3 points. City away, I'm hoping for 1 point, but I'm not going to go for 3 in that one too. I'm hoping for 1 point. Leicester at home, we have to get 3 points. This is not the same Leicester from last season. This is not the same Leicester from the title-winning season, depending on who they buy, but we need 3 points in this game. Our home games, we need to get the points in our home games this season. Last season, we got too many draws at home, failed to beat all these bottom teams at home, so we need to beat all these teams at home. So Leicester, I'm going to go for 3 points. And Man U away, I'll be okay with 1 point. Of course, I'm not going to say we're going to lose a certain game, but I'm going to go for 1 point away to Man U and 1 point away to City. Then we head to November, where the fixtures are quite good. Aston Villa at home, Leeds away, and Wolves at home. There'll be a break in between there, I think, between 7th and 21st, between Aston Villa and Leeds. I don't know if people are going to be playing international fixtures next season, but there'll be a break there somewhere. For Aston Villa at home, I don't think we need to talk about this game. Yes, they beat us last season in the last games, but we beat them at home, so we need 3 points from this game. Leeds, tough to know how they're going to play this season, tough to know who they're going to sign, but again, promoted teams, we can't have it like last season. You need to beat this promoted team, so 3 points against Leeds. And Wolves is going to be a tough one, although it's at home. I'm going to go for another 3 points. Although from Leeds and Wolves, if you take like 4, I'll be happy. So yeah. Then we head to December. December is always my favorite part of the season, favorite time, both in FPL, in watching the games coming thick and fast. So we are going to start with Tottenham away. As I've said, with these small teams, we need to beat them. Tottenham is a team I expect to get relegated next season. Of course, I'm just joking, but I'd love it if they got relegated. And then we'll have Burnley at home, and then we'll have Southampton at home, and then we'll have Everton away, and then Chelsea at home, and then Brighton away. I think we also played Chelsea around Boxing Day last season, and they beat us. I think we actually played them on Boxing Day, and they beat us. So we are going to play them on Boxing Day again. Of course, most of these fixtures are going to be switched up in terms of dates and days, and some will be postponed maybe. So Tottenham away, I'll be happy with 1 point. Burnley at home, definitely 3 points. Southampton at home, definitely 3 points. And Everton away, I'll want 3 points. If you can get like 10 points from that, depending on what position we are, it's looking all good. Then going to Chelsea at home, even 1 point will be okay there. As in they're building a good team there, so I'll be happy with 1 point. And then Brighton away. Last season, Tottenham, we only managed 1 point. Burnley we managed 4, Southampton we managed 4, Everton we managed 4, so it's doable. But for Chelsea we only managed 1, but in one of those games we had a red card and managed a good draw. And Brighton, they beat us home and away. That is a worry, so we have to beat them home and away this season just to get back to them and nil Mope. So 3 points against Brighton. Then you head to the new year, January 2021. We're going to play West Brom, Palace, Newcastle, and Southampton. But before Southampton, of course, Newcastle will be the last game of the first legs. West Brom away, I'm expecting 3 points easy. I don't know who they're going to sign, but nothing acceptable less than 3 points. Palace again, 3 points. Newcastle at home, 3 points. All those teams are teams they're supposed to beat. It's okay if we lose to Liverpool. It's okay if we lose to Man City. It's okay if we draw with Wolves. It's okay if we went to Leicester and lost. But Palace at home, Newcastle at home, Aston Villa at home, we need to win such games. So Newcastle will be the last game. We managed to pick 6 points against them last season. Palace, we drew both home and away. So I want 6 points from those games plus West Brom 9. And then we come to the second part of the season, Southampton away. This is going to be a tough one. They had a very good end to last season. So even 1 point in this game I'll be okay with. Then February, we're going to face Wolves away, Villa away, Leeds at home, City at home, Leicester away. Tough fixture list, 15 points to pick up there. We picked up 1 against Wolves last season. 1? Was it 1? No, we picked up 4, against Wolves last season. 3 against Villa. We picked up 0 against City, as you know, but I've already talked about that in the first part. So I'm going to be expecting from the 15 points, at least, I'm going to say at least 12. I'd say at least 12. I'll accept 1 loss or maybe 1 loss and 1 draw and 3 wins. I'll be fine with that. Again, March, we're going to be facing Burnley away, Tottenham at home, and West Ham away. Again, in these fixtures, I'm going to be expecting at least 2 wins from these games. And then April, Liverpool home, Sheffield away, Fulham at home, and then Everton away. Liverpool at home, tough one to predict, but at least 1 point from that. Sheffield away, another one tough one. Fulham at home, Everton at home, nothing less than a victory. All these home games, victories. And then the last month of the season, Newcastle away, West Brom at home, Chelsea away, Palace away, and Brighton at home. Very good end to the season there. I'll be expecting at least 4 wins from that May. If we are fighting for the top 4 or whatever, we need these wins in that month. So for the whole fixture list, which month is the best for us? I'd probably say January is the best month for us. We face West Brom, Palace, Newcastle, and Southampton. You can easily get 12 points from that game. So nothing less is expected from that month. So those are the fixtures for the 2020-2021 season. We have the best start to the season, but some tough fixtures in October and the end of September. But as we all know, the Premier League is very unpredictable. You might find us losing to West Ham and beating Liverpool away. So from these fixtures, last season we picked up 56 points. For this season, we need to get at least 70. The bar has been raised. The teams have bought players. Last season, we saw teams getting 90, 80s. So we need to really improve this season. So let me know in the comment section also, how many points do you expect from us next season? How many victories do you expect from us? 20 plus? Who do you think will be the top scorer? Again, obviously you'll say Aubameyang, but who do you think will follow him in terms of goals? Let me know all that in the comment section. Thanks for watching again. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.